No, we're not on yet. We're in the room, we're in the cafe, and people will be joining us soon. Anyway, it's good to see you. Good to see you all. Good morning, Shelley. Good to see you again. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
How are you, Katrina? How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you, John?
I
guys
am
know each other?
jumping out of my skin. No, we don't.
No, we don't know each other at all.
But again, a stranger's just a friend you don't know.
So anyway, yeah, looking forward to the chat, John. Looking forward to the chat.
I am looking forward to chat. It could take any form now. I go back an awful long time and many bits and pieces to my life.
That's what makes it interesting.
Oh, that's what makes it interesting, Sarah. Yeah. But an awful lot. I have to wait for quite a few people to die before I could really come out. And, they're hoping in the meantime I'd be gone before them. Anyway, Shannon Scale. When I was about 7 years old, a guy who used to live just up the road from me, and he lived in an old house that he let fall down around him. Misfortune was an alcoholic, but he was a real wise alcoholic at the same time. And I can't remember why. I must have told him something approaching a lie. When he gave me the immortal words, always tell the truth, little boy. You'll never have to remember what you said.
Yes, very good point. Yes.
Brilliant. Could not, and I've carried that with me ever since. So as a result, I can chat away forever with whomever, and if you keep telling the truth, it's still the truth. It's going to be the same tomorrow. Last week was the same.
We keep our devilment under control, Colin, we promise.
I find it builds as the week goes on, doesn't it? It's like Monday we all come in, really good behaviour, you know, we've taken a bit of rest, and then at each day we've a little escalation of mischief.
I was watching what you call it the other night with my good wife, watching an old Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and for a $500,000 question, or the thing about the said for me, the Lady of Shalott. Who was the writer of the Lady of Shalott? And I had came up straight away with who the writer was. And she's sitting across from me, and then I lean back and I say, on either side the river lie long fields of barley and of rye that clothe the wold and meet the sky, and through the fields the road runs by to many towered Camelot. And up and down the ladies go, gazing where the lilies blow, round the island there below, the island of Shalott. I turned around, she said,
Yeah.
how did you know? I would have been about 15 when I did that. But I had a memory where I could put stuff in there and it's there.
Jeez, brilliant.
Planted in there. And I had to phone a friend. He won $500,000. The mighty Tim Kelly, how are you?
John, great to see you. Great to see you.
We have a different name for him, John.
I'm kind of walking in the door, lads, and there's abuse flying around already. What's going on?
You've been sniffing around that door for a few minutes.
the pure bowel, Tim Kelly. That's what we have.
I was looking through the window to see who was in the cafe. I wasn't sure, like, you know. You remember the Podge and Rod show? Me and Sarah are going to have an offshoot soon enough. We're going to go wild. As soon as we can build up that fan base enough, we're going to dump the Coffee at 11 show and create our own enterprise.
No, we'll have you all in.
Shall I meet Kathy?
Hello, Kathy, how are you?
Good morning.
Put us a talk to us, Squilga.
Kathy, what he said there was, how are you in Irish?
Oh, okay. I am well. Good morning.
So we'll teach you the response. Ready?
Yes.
We'll teach you the response, Kathy. Time goma.
Time ama.
Time
goma.
Goma.
Time goma.
Hello. Okay. I love it.
The only other saying, Kathy, is Paul Mahone. Other than that, nobody knows anything.
Here we go.
It is, yeah. It was about on Tim, yeah.
I was about to say that Katrina had a lovely piece. Katrina had a lovely piece for the Antics, but it's just gone right there.
You ruined it.
Yeah. We've reached the Tim Kelly bar first thing on a Monday morning. Nice work. Nicely done, sir.
What's it like over in Australia at the moment? Is the weather nice over there?
No, not at the moment.
No.
It's kind of a bad Irish summer at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, we're having the same over here.
Except this is actually our summer. Clear winter.
Yeah.
You're on the ball, Colin. You're on the ball.
Shell, how's your morning going since we saw you last? Lisa.
I know, yeah, just a couple of short hours ago. This is a busy place. I'm beginning to get a little bit nervous that at any stage someone could pop over. They tend to open the door and just talk before seeing what's on the other side of the door. And just as I'm launching into, good morning, everybody, or they come in and say, somebody could say, Shell, what's the story with this? What fabric should this be in? And I'd be like, one moment. Getting a little bit nervous. So you know,
please. and then off camera you're here.
Yeah.
And then she comes back. Good morning.
that little interruption.
Fix my chair.
So you'll all be looking for my face now. Heads will roll, I tell you. Heads will roll.
I can't imagine you cross Princess Shelley.
What started off as Colm, I think of him as like a Clint Eastwood on the Lone Ranger heading off. There's now like 10 or 12 of us all, and you know that little dance they do on The Wizard of Oz. We're up to see the wizard.
I don't show us there, Shelley.
Yeah, go on, get up there and do it, Shelley.
So no, I won't.
Did somebody
You're
say,
trying to do it.
I don't think I'm needing it here at all.
You are. Colm puts manners on us all at like a bang on 11. He'll put manners on us, and all of a sudden this ruckus will suddenly become very, very conservative and reserved. All of a sudden, it's like
you won't believe it. It's like flicking a switch. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. He has us disciplined very, very well.
speaking of discipline, did I hear someone say Tim Kelly's gone to the dentist?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working nicely. Remove all of them, okay? The plan is working nicely. Thank you.
Nobody puts me at ease. That's the only problem.
We look after you, Colm. Come on. We give you a bit of a laugh to relax you down.
You do, for sure. You make me nervous. Relax. Hey, Dee, good to see you. Tim Kelly. Welcome.
I'm lost.
How you're not lost? You found where you were going.
I'm lost on levels. How about that?
I think we're all lost on different levels.
Yeah, I got that from levels long time ago.
Tis only being lost can I be found and all that jazz.
There was one day last week somebody had a cup and they held it right up to the screen, and it said, I thought it said fart arse, but it was smart arse. If I'd have been the host, I was like, oh no, what's he going to say?
Yeah.
And Colm just happily saw that he just held it, I can't remember who it was now, he held it so close that you couldn't see the writing.
Yeah.
And what was obviously the SM, I thought was some kind of an F, a swirly F. And I thought, my goodness, how distasteful at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never spotted that now.
I missed that entirely.
I missed that entirely as well.
John Loftus had one, and when he held it up to the screen, I read it as part animal, but in fact it was party animal, and he described it, he says, party animal, so then it was part animal, what's that about? Cat won't keep you in line, she just report, she just tell the teacher, straight tell her.
Oh, no, Cat, you're giving her a terrible name.
Thanks, Sarah.
Poor Cat.
There's a lot I don't tell you, Colm. I see a lot after.
Good cat.
Yeah.
Right.
He's loyal. I can tell you now, Cat is loyal to us.
Hi Tim, how are you?
Hey,
All right, great to see you, my friend. How are you
How are
keeping?
you doing?
It's
Do you know
great
each
to
other?
stumble across you here in the old cafe. You're looking well.
Oh, look at
Katrina O'Brien.
Katrina. Looks as if she's in the
Sarah's in the Costa del Limerick, is she?
Wow, where did you get to this morning? You found the sun somewhere.
You did.
Katrina.
Hey,
Barbara, welcome to our little cafe.
I love your dress.
This is the gang. Hey, Bridget.
Thank you.
Just I'll tell you, Katrina, are you sitting outside? You are.
I am sitting outside and having my breakfast outside.
Very
Lovely,
nice.
lovely.
So this is some of the gang that come in every day. Our editor-in-chief, Sarah, is our stalwart. Tim is our shit stirrer. Bridget just adds glam.
I know Tim well. Behave, Tim.
Bridget is our classy lady.
My story is kind of boring, so yeah, okay. So you need to help me.
No, nobody's story is boring.
It sounds like a hustle now. She's lining us up and it's going to be...
Yeah, you're going to hit us between the eyes now. Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
Hey, there's Sarah Ward. How's it going? Hey, Princess Shelley.
Hi, Princess Shelley.
How's everybody?
There you go.
How are you?
All good.
Good,
All
good.
good.
Yeah, same here. It's all good. End of the week.
You're looking beautifully vibrant in your floral, Sarah.
Thank you.
Oh, Sarah.
It's nice.
Sarah, okay.
It's nice and light. It's very warm these days, isn't it?
It is. I'm just wondering, have you and Colm had a chat about colour scheme, because you're both wearing like a purple or a lilac. You're matching.
Yeah, there we go. We're matching. Hey, Colm.
20s. Did you not get the memo, Shelley? Oh, no, you didn't actually.
Oh. We're ganging up against you, Shelley.
There you go. This is the anti-coup that's going on. And Sarah Ward's playing all sides.
With the hares and the hounds.
I tell you,
Loves to back a winner. We could do it in series 3.
Series
3. Jesus Christ, I'll be grey by series 3. This is only series 1.
It's fine. No, we'll figure something out.
All right, okay.
Good to see everybody. See Eamon Ward coming in. Or sorry, Eamon Smith coming in. Eamon Ward. Got Sarah Ward.
We're all merging into one now.
Yeah.
Hi, Jamie. Yeah.
Janie, good to see you. So look, we're getting to that point where I'm going to mute everybody. I'm going to mute everybody now except you. You will remain unmuted for the duration, if that's okay. Which basically means, by the way, that every clang of a cup, every cough, every sniffle, every laugh or whatever, or aha, will shift the camera. If somebody's talking to you, it'll shift the camera away from them to you. So you might try and avoid that if you can. Because Katrina O'Brien is our editor-in-chief. She's on the call here. She'd kill me if I allowed too much of that going on. So
It's him I'll kill, nobody else.
but basically, that's what's going to happen. Princess Shelley here, Michelle is going to. She's going to open the show in just a second. Eamon Smith's going to do his part. Then I'll come back in, and you and I will have the chat, and we'll see where it goes. And let's have fun. Okay, so you're all very welcome to have you here. Princess Shelley, going to mute everybody. Everybody is muted. Usual settings apply there. Eamon, let me just unmute my special guest. And Princess Shelley, in your own. Thank you.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. And thank you for joining our lovely cafe for our final Cafe at 11 show for this week. We have our wonderful guest standing by, Elena Fitzgerald, and I'm really looking forward to listening to the conversation between our guest and Colm this morning, as I'm sure all of you are as well. My name is Princess Shelley, aka Michelle Barry. I'm delighted to be the producer of the show, and I'm joined by a wonderful team, Eamon Smith, who is our maitre d', our head of guest services and comfort, who I will pass to you in a moment, the monk, and Katrina O'Brien, who is the editor-in-chief, the boss lady behind the scenes, and she works very, very hard this afternoon getting it ready for our replay audience, which, as you know, is closely approaching 3 million people. So they're getting that in their inboxes, they're seeing it online, and there's more and more people accessing it every day. And that's thanks to you guys being here, and we love that you've joined us for today's show. The speech bubble at the bottom of the screen will open up a dialogue box for you to interact with us in the cafe today. So pop in any remarks, any comments, or anything that you resonate. It's the 1 or 2 people's special part of the show that they look forward to, and that's where we go to the comments section. This is how we applaud in Zoom land, as you all know, and very much like a television audience, we encourage you to do that as and when you would like to. And we love to see that engagement in the cafe. You're nodding, you're laughing and applauding. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. At this point, I'm delighted to hand over to Mr. Eamon Smith to bring us all ready for today's interview. Over to you, Eamon.
Thanks very much, Shelley. Thank you. Thanks a million. Good morning, everybody. You're very welcome to Coffee at 11 show. So my role in the cafe as head of guest services is to ensure your comfort and your security and general well-being and the flow of the interview. So just a couple of pointers, if you like, just to start off with. Can I ask you to please remain on mute throughout, if you would? Now, just making sure one or two of the mics are open there, so I've just closed them for you. If you can just ensure, keep an eye on your mic and make sure it's on mute throughout the show, if you would, please. That's really important, because if you unmute, the camera will shift to you, so it's really important. And also, if you need to move about a lot for some reason, please turn off your camera. If you're unable to do so, I'll do that for you. As Shelley said there, any comments or questions or insights, please share them in the public chat below. If you've any links to share, I will be sharing Elena's links during the interview anyway, but if you have any links that you would like to share, please send them to me first so I can verify them. This is really important just for the integrity and all-around safekeeping of everybody in the show. So I really appreciate that. So without further ado, I'll move you to the bit that I absolutely love to facilitate. And this is where we just literally give ourselves permission to pause for a few moments to help us connect with the interview and really enjoy it and be paying attention and take everything from Colin's interview with Elena. So what I'm going to ask you is to give yourself permission for 1 minute. Close your eyes and just plant yourself where you are for 1 minute. And just take a nice deep breath in. And just allow your attention to pass through your body. Allow your attention to pass from your toes, your feet, your ankles, your shins, up through your knees, up through your legs. Just allowing your attention to pass up through your torso, your chest, into your neck, shoulders, your eyes, your face, your jaw, your head. And just be aware of yourself in the chair. And as you take a nice deep breath in, maybe even counting to 8 slowly as you breathe in. And just hold for a few moments. And then exhale for a count of 8. Calling to mind anything that you feel grateful for, that you have already right now in your life. What I'd ask you to consider as you go through your day today, whether you're going to your car or a bus stop or even from one room to another, see how many times you're actually aware of the walking that you're doing, and see how many times today the walking gets done on autopilot. Every single walking activity is an opportunity to be mindful of the steps you're taking and disengage from that internal chatter that gets us blocked. And today, as we bring our minute to a close, while you slowly, gently open your eyes and come back into the room, I'll leave you with a grounding view, which I always like to do. And I invite you to come back to this where possible, to call this to mind today. And today's view is simply, today I am grateful for all that I have. Today I am grateful for all that I have. Namaste. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Eamon. We certainly are grateful for all we have. I am now delighted, ladies and gentlemen, to pass you over to our wonderful host. It's over to you, Colin O'Brien. Thank you.
Thanks indeed, Prince Shelley and Eamon. James, good to see you. And we've got Kathy Merrick zoomed in from New Hampshire. Kathy, you're more than welcome. What time is it there? It's 6:07 a.m. Well done, you. Lovely to have you in the cafe. So, folks, I'll start the show as I always do, but it's lovely to have you all here. Thank you for joining us for the last show of the week. And before we kick off, I'll start the show as I always do by saying, and a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're more than welcome